Hello, welcome everybody. We are getting into something that I've been cracking my brain out. I've been really working as hard as I ever have in my life on this. To say I'm a little bit obsessed with AI would be an understatement. Look, I love Jesus, I love my family, my wife, okay, but I'm spending way too much time with AI. So I really need to show you guys what I'm doing because I think it's super important in the landscape of where we are with AI. And also, if you are someone that is an entrepreneur, business owner, someone that's trying to use AI to make money legitimately, to help people, to provide a valuable service, to do something that actually is going to grow your income because you're helping people with their income or their businesses or whatever, right? That's no scams, no, get rich quick, no AI fad stuff. Look, my background real quickly, 15 years I've been doing marketing automation. I started out as a video production agency, then I turned myself into more of a freelance marketer and taught myself every single platform, Facebook ads, Google ads, all of the paid ads, all of the email marketing, everything that you needed to do to really provide and create attention and turn that attention into income for businesses. And then I did that as a service for many years. And then obviously in the last couple years with the AI revolution happening, I have completely transitioned, as a lot of people are. Maybe you're in IT and you're having to transition into AI, or you were in the marketing entrepreneur space and now you have to transition into AI. That's kind of where I come from. So, what I'm going to be showing you today is what we're going to be getting into, which is something that I have built out and I am constantly improving upon. And I'm going to share with you exactly how I built it out so that you can go and do it for yourself. And really, what the key that I found is how Manus is built. If you don't know what Manus is an AI service. It's Chinese. They moved to Singapore because they couldn't get enough chips in China. So that's a very interesting landscape that we're in right now because of the tariffs and moving to actually having your business move a whole nother country just to get chips is very interesting. But that's basically where we're at in the landscape of things. And what Manus does that no other AI platform on the internet that I can find, and that's a bold claim, but I will state that claim very loudly because this is super important for being able to do anything you want to with AI. What Manus will do is actually connect into your VPS. So a VPS is a server like Hostinger here. It's a computer that lives. Hostinger has it somewhere in their warehouse, and you're renting it from them. You can get one. I have a referral code that VPS hosting. You can get one month to month, 1 month, as low as $6.40 a month. Okay, so it's a computer that lives in the cloud, and then you can host into it. You can create anything you want to on it. Just depends on your capabilities. Okay, so what Manus will do is actually get inside of one of your computers, because I'm going to show you how to give it access, and then just build and create whatever you tell it to. And you don't have to have a clue about how it works. You just need to know, like, you need videos posted every day, or what I'm going to be showing you today is you need Facebook ads ran, you need Google ads ran, you need email going out constantly, you need to be able to make money with all of that, always being able to send offers, be able to have offers. So like having PayPal or Stripe, obviously. These are the basics of what really most businesses need to do. They need to run ads for leads, for sales on Facebook, Meta, Instagram, right? And Google ads are the main platforms. And then you need to have email going out to customers or to lead generate people that are getting new leads or anything like that. Okay. So really what is important is that let me double check my settings here real quick before I get too much. Okay, we're good. Is that you understand that Manus will allow you to connect directly into the place that you want to be. So, am I still going? Yes. Okay. Manus is where you're going to talk and build to all of your AI agents. It's where you're going to do anything and everything that you need to do. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, if you have purchased from me the AI Agnant system, okay, then this is an instruction for you on exactly how to install it and how to actually use it. Okay, if you have purchased this system, which is right now it's only $97, and you get a ton of stuff with it, and that's what I'm gonna be covering. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you need to establish and create a Manus account. Okay, get a Manus account, and then here's my recommendation here is for so for $200 a month, which is if you actually think about what I'm going to show you what this can do, it's crazy. They don't have any referral program, they don't have any affiliate program, so I can't hook you up, I can't give you anything. There's nothing I can do. Okay, but if I have now created at least 10 new accounts, 10 new different things that are all different Manus accounts, because every time you sign up for a new account, they give you 20,000 extra credits for signing up for a new account. And then if you just want to go and top up and get this, it's still the same price. So it's really, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not figuring this out. So create a new account. If you run out of credits, which is 40,000 credits, just create another new account and then just keep doing that, right? You shouldn't run out of 40,000 credits too quickly, because I'm going to show you how to safeguard that so you don't have to. But that is the first thing that you're going to need. So you're going to need to get a Manus account, and you're going to be talking to Manus. And there's a couple things that you have to do to prep your Manus account so it really always works. And then, meantime, in the middle of that, you want to get a hosting or VPS. Is just the most common one out there. It's the one that everybody's really using and things like that. So that it's one I have. I highly recommend it. Okay, so get a hosting or VPS, and then the basics of what we're going to do is this is an IP address of your server. So you're going to take that, and then right here is something called SSH. Now, I'm not a super developer, but in my limited understanding, basically SSH allows us to tell Manus to directly connect into this actual computer that is hosted by Hostinger, right? So you need this right here, SSH root, and then the password. So you just remember the password, whatever it is. Those are the two main things that you're always going to use. And you should only have to set it up one time in Manus if you follow the instructions correctly. So the next thing we want to do is, once you have a Manus account, okay, so you just open up the account, just type this, install SSH pass. Okay, so basically this is a sandbox environment, okay, which means that you can't do every AI like a ChatGPT agent and stuff like that will have a sandbox environment, but they will not let you get out of that sandbox environment. Everything you do has to stay inside of that sandbox environment. So this is the only way I found on the internet to, okay, and then install everything else like that. And the way I talk to Manus is very simple and very like second grade, because I think it's very important to not be super, yes, all. Just yes, all. I don't want to read everything. Let's just make it happen. Let's get it done. Anyways, what this does to this sandbox environment in this chat. So each chat has a new environment, and the environment is a literal computer right here. You can see Manus's computer. It's a literal computer that goes and writes code. So this is the basis of everything right now. If you can take this, you can run with it, and you can create anything, okay? You get Manus's computer to have all of this SSH stuff, whatever it is, installed. And it installs it, okay? And then you get this here, you say this here, and you go over to Manus. Once it finishes, and then you just say connect to this, and then you put your password in for your root password. And I'll just change mine. Let me go find mine real quick. Where is that? I forgot where I saved it, but let me go just write one real quick here. So connect to, and then actually I can go get, if you already make one, sometimes it's saved here. Here we go. So there we go. There's that. And then I'll just change that because everybody now saw it and they can install it. But anyways, connect to this. Okay, so it's going to go in here. I've installed the network utilities. Okay, great. So now, um, that's what I'm gonna say. When done installing Connect, right? And so then what it's gonna do is, okay, I'll continue the installation and then connect it to, okay. This is the key here, okay, is getting it to get the sandbox environment connected. Because if you don't, and if I'm just saying, because I've tried this, trying to install, when trying to connect to your server, if you don't prep the sandbox like I'm doing right now, which is getting it to install all this stuff, then it will say I can't actually connect outside of my sandbox. My limitations and parameters will stop me from connecting outside of this sandbox, so I cannot do that. So I was like, well, screw you, Chinese AI, you will do what I say. And so I just kept on telling it to install stuff in this sandbox, and eventually it did, right? So now it's trying to connect into the VPS. Let's just see what it's doing. Permission denied. Oh no. Let's just see what it tries to do here, what it says. I attempted to connect, but it was initially denied. Then try manually, successfully logged in with password. Okay, so it manually did it, confirming the access remote server. Next time I'll install a system administrator and file transfer tools. Cool. Okay, so now it's actually connected into the VPS. So literally now at this point, you could say a lot of different stuff. Is it installed? Yeah. Okay. And then, like, what is installed on this VPS type of thing? You can install. You might have, yeah, successfully install. Oh, failed, permission denied. Oh, I might have to just reset the password. Let's just reset the password because sometimes that's usually the issue. Change root password. Let's see. Let's try that one. Confirm. Obviously, I'm going to change all this as soon as this video ends. Try that password. So this is, you might have to do this a couple times. It's not a foolproof method, but you're going to be talking to the AI agents, talking to AI, getting all of these systems built by doing this method, by talking to Manus and connecting in. So if you bought the AI Agnes program, then all you're going to be doing, you still have to do this process with your Manus account to get this to work. Again, I have not found a way for any AI that will automatically do this without having to go through this process of getting your Manus account prepped. And again, I have it definitely works. Just takes a little bit of time to get it processed, to get it clicked in there and get it in there. Successfully connected with the new password. Fantastic. Okay, so now it's successfully connected. So if you bought my AI Agnes program, all you would be doing is dropping in that zip file in here and saying, install this on the VPS, right? And then it's just going to go and install everything, and then it will prompt you for all your credentials and things that you need. Manus will, because I built in instructions inside of the package that Manus itself reads, and their instructions speaking directly to Manus, telling it exactly what to do. So it will install it. Now, you will need to, in order to run Facebook ads and meta ads and do any of those ads, okay, you're going to need some things, and that's what we were going to cover also in this video, in this instruction, because none of this works without having the proper credentials running, okay? So the first thing you're going to need, first of all, is going to the developers.facebook.com/tools/explorer, or just Google search for the Graph API Explorer. Okay, so you're going to need this access token in order for, there's a couple different things. So there's a user access token, and then there's a page access token. But this is where you get all of that information from, is right here. And then you might have to give it some permissions and things like this. But again, Manus will prompt you with all of that, and it will tell you. But so we already got some things running on there. But you have to still just understand the Graph API Explorer. You're going to need your credentials from there to run any meta ads. Now, what's amazing about meta ads is you can immediately start running ads without getting like super approval and anything like that. So you can start creating, modifying, editing, uploading, everything having to do with your ads. Now, my AI Agnance system has a built-in Facebook ads that's programmed to do a specific type of ad creative testing, which is basically making one campaign, one ad per ad set, and then running it for about $1 a day to find out which hook and which creative get the most attention. And then you just keep compounding off of what is working and the hooks and the attention and all this type of stuff. So that's what it's really programmed to do initially, which most every business needs to do. Now, the limitations, unfortunately, with Google Ads is you have to get approval to have the API access to be able to immediately start creating campaigns, running campaigns, having all your campaigns going, all these types of things. But you can still immediately access the keyword planner. So that's super valuable information to be able to use. Again, talk Manus. So you're talking to Manus and you're saying, Manus, connect to the social media agent and or connect to the Facebook ads agent, and then find me all of the keywords that I need to know about my business, type of thing. So basically, you can literally just talk to Google Ads. It'll get you information, but you can't run Google Ads or create anything until you actually have the credentials set to be able to do it all. Okay. Let me make sure everything's chill. Okay, great. So then once you to get the credentials, you'll need to go to create the console.cloud.google. Okay, and you're going to be in the Google Cloud Console, and the main thing is you're going to have to create a project, and you'll figure it out. Create a project, and then inside of it, you're going to go to the API services and then credentials. So that's the main area where you're going to get your credentials. And then with Google, so this is like for YouTube, this is for your Google Ads, this is for your Gmail, this is for your Google Drive, this is for your Google Calendar, this is for any of that ecosystem, any ecosystem that is Google, you use the same credentials for. So all of your individual agents that are going to be running and managing and talking to those things, those are going to be like a YouTube agent and a Gmail agent or whatever the case. So you're going to be using the you get a client ID and then a client secret. Those two combinations, and they're found here once you go to clients underneath where you're at with your credentials, right? And then there's an API key that you'll create as well, which will give you access. Now, once that happens, you also need to go into the search bar here and just type in like YouTube. And so then you'll find the YouTube data API. Okay, so that's already enabled, see? But if it's not enabled, there will be a button there that says enabled. And then you need to go to like Gmail if you want to do the Gmail one. And then so it's enabled, all right, for this. So if that's not, then you need to go to it. Google Ads. You need to go to the Google Ads one. And then if it's not, you need to enable that one, that type of thing. That's kind of the main things that you need to do. There isn't much more needing to do. If there is, because everybody's account's a little bit different depending on how you set it up and where you're at, Manus will prompt you, or they'll give you more details of exactly how and what to do. So I wouldn't worry too much about it because it will do it. Now that you're in the VPS, right, you get your Facebook ads credentials, you get your Google Cloud, your Google Ads credentials, your YouTube credentials, right? The last thing that you really need is going to be, so you could do this through Google. You could use Google through their Nana Banana. That's their best like image generator, for example. You could use Google, or you could use a third-party API. It just kind of depends on how complicated you want to get with it. I personally use this one. It's pretty cheap just because it has video as well. So if I'm making anything, ads, anything like that, you can use like VO 3.1 API. It's all in one. It's really, really inexpensive. And I don't have an affiliate thing for this at all. But I've made hundreds and hundreds of ads and it's barely used any credits. So it's, in my opinion, worth looking into. It's key.ai, KEI.ai. And you need to get a API key from them in order for you to quickly. Now, you can tie in any API service you want to into this. You can put in anything you want. Okay, it's uh, completely up to you. But I'm using this one, so again, you can tie in anything you want. The other thing would be an LLM. So you need, this would be ChatGPT. So you would go to platform.openai.com and then you would get a API key from ChatGPT for the, again, for your Manus here AI agent to go and use some sort of AI system as a brain. And I'll get more into exactly how the brain works. You could do exactly that, or I do recommend Router, just because there is a lot of free models that you could use in here, which could save you a lot of time. So the Minimax free one right now is, this is going to be the top one for what I'm about to explain, which is this multi-agent business system. Now, your business, your goal doesn't necessarily need an AI agent. What you need is a multi-agent system that does exactly what you see here on this Manus screen. It has a task-based progress and it creates different tasks. So then it might create an individual agent to do each task, but it remembers and it has a task-based system. So it has multi-agents that go and perform one task based off of whatever it is that you're trying to actually do. Okay. So the reason why you want that, I don't really have a good breakdown on that here. I need to get a better breakdown on that. But the reason why you want that is because then you got a lot more smarter AI and smarter ability to get anything you want to. Okay. So right now we're connected into this Hostinger VPS, right? We connected into that. And now I could say create an AI agent, like at its very base thing, an AI, well, let's say an AI multi agent for meta ads. Okay. And and deploy onto the VPS. Okay. So there's two things. If you tell it to do something, it will do it, but it will keep it all inside the actual sandboxed environment that it works in. So that's another problematic thing. If you're talking to Manus or it's Manus and Minimax are the only ones that do this, but they'll create a whole stack, a whole tech stack, a whole business stack, really, inside their sandbox, and then they'll go and then deploy it onto your VPS. Or you can have them just actually create it on the fly on your VPS. So then nothing gets. Sometimes they have some resources that are left on their Manus hosting, and then some of it's on the VPS. So it's a little bit of a cross polymer, cross something. I don't know how to really explain it, but what it's doing right now is it's going and creating a multi-agent meta ad system, right? And so who knows what it's creating, but basically all of these systems are Python code scripts that then get fired based off of a specific thing. So really, AI agents are not really good at all because AI is dumb and AI can't do what you want it to do unless you specifically tell it. It doesn't matter. All the AIs, they're all dumb unless you specifically tell it exactly what it should be doing, and then you form its memory and you work with it like as a little baby. So what this does is allows you to create individual scripts that then you're giving it the brain of like OpenAI ChatGPT you're giving it that brain to create the variations. So it's like I want to create a new hook. I want you to create 10 new hooks every hour, launch them onto Facebook, and use my API key for key.ai, make a new image, and then only run those at $1 a day. You basically tell it the whole strategy, what your business is, what your offer is, and then it will go and create these scripts around that. Because right now it's just creating a base, just whatever it wants to. It's just kind of making up whatever it's doing. So you give it your business parameters, you give it your product, you tell it what your service is, what your website is, what exactly it is that you're trying to do, what exactly it is that you're trying to accomplish, and then you give it your stuff. So you give it your API key for PayPal, and it will go and create a whole freaking website that's integrated with PayPal for whatever it is that you're trying to sell. This whole website was made. I made so many websites and then I overran them and I broke them. But this one, it was 100% made all inside Manus by Manus by going through this exact process. But you have to tell it specifically everything that's happening. So what I'm doing with AI Agnants is creating these multi-systems, and I just created a new iteration last night based off of the top frameworks out there, because I'm trying to figure out what is going to last. Because there's like Crew AI, which is a top open source framework, which basically has a framework already built out that you can just build upon for free, that maybe works better and is more organized than Manus froze. Then what Manus is doing, which is creating individual Python scripts that then fire and run based off of the main objective. So it's all based off of the same thing. There's this master orchestrator agent that then tells all of the individual agents underneath it what exactly to do, how to do it, and then it's all based off of your instructions. That's the at the end of the day, this is the furthest I've found to when I remember when ChatGPT was first coming out, and everybody was like, "Hey." One day, I remember there was an Alex Hormozy video, and it was like, one day we'll be able to just tell AI what our business is, what our product is. It'll go out there, it'll make the ads, it'll make the website, it'll make the offers, it'll test all the things, it'll do all the blah blah blah, everything that you could possibly make. Well, now today is the day. We made it. Okay. So now it's actually deploying that AI, multi AI agent meta ad system onto the VPS. So right now we did multiple things. We created a business for ourselves. We created a business for other people. I mean, what we just did, you could go do for any business, and they have a custom AI agent for them. And the way you talk to it is connecting into the VPS and then asking it to connect to the Meta Ads AI agent system. And then you program it by telling it, hey, Meta Ads AI system, we have a new offer, we have a new promotion, create 10 new ads at $1 a day. Here's the URL. Go and look at the URL for the landing page, get all the information about it, and then create the whole strategy for the whole everything from there. And then it goes and actually creates all the ads, all the retargeting, everything you would ever want or need. And then what's even cooler is if you have any courses, you bought any courses, or even better, forget courses, just go to YouTube, give it YouTube videos of Facebook ads course, right? Okay, Facebook ads course, whatever. Any of these bros that are giving you great information, you could either just give them the URL, put in the transcript of this video by copying and pasting it. You can put it in to this and just paste it there. That's actually one cool thing I'll show you real quick, because Manus is the only one that does this. It's kind of like what Claude does. So let me go back to that Facebook ads, whatever. Facebook ads course. So if you go and get like a really long one, like this 4-hour one, good for him, 18 hours ago. Okay, so this one is really long and it's in a different language, anyways. But if you go to the transcript here, it's going to be massive transcript and it's in a different language. That's amazing. So we'll take that whole massive long transcript and then you can copy it, right? Just copy it. And what's cool about Manus is when you paste it in, it pastes it as content and it's like a half of a megabyte almost, which is a lot of text. And then it will actually go and read it all. So you could put in masses of amounts of information. You could have it go and find all of the YouTube ad courses. I mean, the smarter you can think, the better this thing will work. Just say go and search all of these videos, read all the transcripts, understand all the strategies of what they're saying to do, and then implement that in my AI agent on my VPS for my business. Right? That's literally what you can do. Okay. So I just handed everybody, if you're paying attention, the keys to literally creating anything you want to, any custom anything. Okay. All you need is the proper credentials, connect in with Manus. Again, if I get questions, I'm going to always come back to Manus has a computer. And when you open up that computer to be able to access the outside world, you can get Manus to build you anything you possibly could dream of or imagine. Okay, so what I'm doing with AI Agnet is constantly building and developing on the systems that every business needs, which is your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, your Google ads, your email. I'm adding SMS into it here. So SendGrid is what I recommend. It's this API. Get an API from SendGrid, and then it will send emails to all your new customers. It will, do all the things that you possibly would need to do. And then you ask it, what else should I be doing? What else am I missing, right? Use APIs from either Stripe or from PayPal very quickly, very easily, get them, and then give them to Manus. It will add them into the whole system. You're going to get your APIs from the Google Cloud and from the Graph API Explorer, right? And then you're going to need either you could use Google directly from their APIs here. You could use them and then access the same things, or you could use a third-party image and video generator. Like this one I recommend is Key.ai. And then you're going to need a brain, some sort of LLM, so OpenAI. And again, that's going to be for the variations. It's not going to be running they're too dumb. Okay, all of them are too dumb to actually go run it. You go and tell it to find information. It tells you what it finds, and then you say, yes, that's a cool plan, good plan. Go on with the plan, right? So then it self-medicates as well. It finds and fixes codes. It constantly gets, this actually works. It's the first thing that I've used in 6 months that actually gets the job done. N8N is dead. Don't use any of that crap. Make.com. This is such a waste of time. This is the only thing that actually matters because you're building real things that you actually 100% own. So you're going to need an API key from either OpenAI or OpenRouter is what I recommend. OpenRouter does have free ones, so then you could technically connect your agents to a free API and it wouldn't cost you any money, which is pretty cool. And then my system is the conglomeration of everything that I've been doing for the last 15 years. But constantly being updated. You buy it once, it runs. You don't have to go through all of the hundreds of hours that I've spent figuring all this crap out. But this actually works. So if you want to sit here and watch this computer do work for you and figure out how to build all these, you can. And it's pretty awesome. I've learned so much by watching this freaking Manus terminal just do things and figuring out all this stuff. If you want to do that, you totally can. Okay. But if you want to save some time, go on over to aiagnets.com and you'll be able to grab my system, do what I showed you in the beginning of this video, which is prep your sandbox for connecting externally. When it is connected externally, you just drop the zip drive I give you into here, simply say install this, and then Manus takes care of the rest. You just have to give it your credentials. All right. So that is the full way that you can go from literally zero, no tech, to being able to create your own website, your own course, your own offer, your own service, your own anything, how you could immediately go out to any business and start doing this exact same process. Hey, do you need automated email, automated SMS, automated videos going to YouTube, any of that stuff? I can do that for you. That's what I do have an AI Agnets channel. I'll just show you here real quick that I've been testing out because there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do for making videos. Like this. Discover how AI. This is all automated happening right now. All of this. This is just this is my test channel, but it's for my channel. But it's all happening automatically, and this is all in code. It's all just using different things that Manus found. Right. One cool thing that I tell Manus to do is like go find cool things on GitHub that I can turn into a product or service. And then so GitHub is just this like huge repository of amazing stuff that you can easily go and use. So I found whatever you think would make the most money, right? And then it goes and searches GitHub for all of these different things you can combine together to be able to use to do anything, right? So there's a lot of cool video generation stuff on GitHub that's all just code. Some of these I like a little bit better, like no, is that cool? No, that's the bad one. Just leave them all up. Who cares? Some of them are good. It's a little bit low res. Need to work on that, but you just keep on working on it until this is all in code. I'm not using any APIs for this. That's the reason why I was trying to figure this out. Just because I was like, wow, that's so cool. I didn't even know that there were free GitHubs out there that do all of this in code. But look, you can see it's getting views. So that's super cool. That's one AI agent for YouTube specifically that I have running, and I just told it go find a way to automatically make text-based videos one word at a time. Here's my product, right? I gave it the website of my offer for AI Agnens. Here's my product. Match the branding, match the colors, match everything to the videos, as you can see it's trying to do. And then create hooks. I want you to test out different hooks every time. So you can see most of the beginning of these are different hooks, and just keep creating hooks. And then, you have to keep refining it. Again, it's all dumb. They're all stupid, unfortunately. But in a way, that's the best thing for us because that's going to help us out a lot. Because once they get smarter than us, then we die. So again, Manus going out and finding amazing things. Some of the best things, if you don't know what to sell, is go connect into Google Ads first of all, and then get Manus to find the top keywords that have the lowest competition and the highest potential for being able to make money from, and then you can make content around that or whatever. But it'll go and it'll search GitHub. In a way, ChatGPT can kind of do that, so I don't want to waste my credits on that. ChatGPT can kind of do that. The main thing that Manus, again, can only do that no one else can do is connecting to your SSS. So look, okay, we just created a Meta Ads AI multi-agent system on this video. We created it. It went through, created all this. So now it just needs my API, right? And then if I wanted to expose it publicly for some use, and then connect some sort of video or API for it to actually create content, right? But it went through and automated ad creation. Videos automatically trigger ad campaigns. Each campaign gets a unique AI-generated hook. Broadest targeting, no specific audience, no external links in the descriptions. The CTA is always AI. Well, it should be AI Agnens, but that type of thing. It gets it running locally on your VPS. So this is the local host on the actual VPS that I have over here in Hostinger, right? And from there, That's it. So it's on your VPS, so then you can just keep talking to it. And the next thing it would be, it's saying that it needs to do these things, next steps. So then you just do the next steps. You give it your API keys. You say, here's my API keys, set it up, do whatever else you need to do, set it up. And then you always just want to say, let's run a test. And then it will go and run it will just do a full end-to-end test to test that it works, that it goes and makes an ad live, and then you want to test the ad, look at the ad creative on it live. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't look good. Sometimes they look amazing, sometimes they don't. But it's worth checking out, and that's all using the Google Nana Banana inside of key.api. All right, cool. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. And if you purchased the AIAgnants.com system, thank you so much for that. This is how you would get this system activated. Please always check your email. I'm constantly updating the AI Agnants system. I have a Crew AI based one that I'm coming out with. I also have a LangChain based one that I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm just testing out different frameworks because I know real quickly a major framework for multi AI agents will be the predominant one. So I want to make sure that I'm building always off of the best framework that will have the most growth potential. And then, constantly iterating and giving whatever I am doing to you guys if you purchase it at AIAgnants.com. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments what you're working on, what you got going on, and if you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video. Have a great day. Thank you so much.